What's up, YouTube? My name's Kyle. I want to give you guys just a little vlog on my thoughts of my 2015 Ford F150 with the 2.7 liter ecoboost. So here are my first impressions since owning the truck for about 5 months. First and foremost, the truck has been great. It has executed everything that I've asked it to do flawlessly. Now, I do live in Wisconsin. I've only owned it for the winter months so far. So I bought this truck back in October, and right now it's February. So I've had it for about 4 months now. And it's great. Before I owned this, I had a 2011 Nissan Frontier. So I upgraded to a much larger truck, got married at that point in time when I first bought that truck, and the family has grown, so I needed a bigger vehicle. A couple of things that I really enjoy about my truck is, for one, the looks. I think this is probably one of the more handsome trucks out on the road right now. I will say that I do still like the GM product, whether it's the GMC or Chevy. To me, they look very similar, and I like the look. I just don't like it as much as what my truck is. Might be a little biased because this is my truck and those ones aren't, but I do like the look. I get a lot of compliments when I go any place. They basically ask, how do I like it? How is the aluminum holding up? What motor do you have in it? When I tell them the 2.7, they ask a lot of questions about that. So I like that. The other things that I really like about my truck too is that so far the ride quality and how quiet it is such an improvement over what I'm used to with my Frontier. It's very comfortable, it's very easy to drive, it's easy to see out of, and it's very enjoyable. It has a very sporty feel to it when you put it in sport mode and you drive the vehicle. It really livens the truck up, so to say. A couple of things that I don't like about the truck. I had to really think about this before I started making the video, and there are very few things that I really dislike about the truck. And I can't really think of anything that really is like, it just really irritates me. So I don't have anything like that. These are mainly just small little things that are more annoyances, but they're not terrible. So I told you guys before that I do live in Wisconsin, and when it gets exceptionally cold out, the fuel consumption is not as good as what I thought it would be. It's still better than my Frontier, because that thing was just a gas guzzler. Even though it was a mid-sized truck, they get as bad or even worse than what full-size trucks do. As a reference point, the Frontier that I had, I did as many things as possible to try to get it to have the best fuel economy, and that truck only really averaged between 16 and 18 miles to the gallon, pretty much no matter what. Didn't matter if I was beating on it or driving it very easy, it was very consistent. This truck is a little bit different. If you really beat on it, you can really suck down some fuel really quickly when you're getting into the boost. But if you're driving it easy and you're not getting into the pedal, it gets really good gas mileage, especially for a full-size truck. It's not as good as the EcoDiesel. It's not a diesel. But for a gas truck, it's very respectable, and I've been extremely happy. On the highway, I usually average between 20 and 22 miles to the gallon. When it gets cold out, it drops down to about 16, 17 miles to the gallon, which isn't that great for a very small displacement V6, but it's still as good as the best days of what my Frontier was. So I'm happy with that. I just wish it was a little bit better with everything. The other thing that I really disliked about my truck, and again, it only happens when it gets exceptionally cold out, is there are a few little rattles and squeaks with the interior. I don't know if it's just the fit and finish, because I opted to get an XL model versus a higher trim, and there's a couple of reasons why I did that, but I'll explain that in another video. But I don't know if it's that or if it's just the fit and finish just in general, but when it gets exceptionally cold, it does rattle and squeak a little bit more than what I would like it to, but it's only for a couple of weeks out of the year where it's really kind of annoying, but I know nothing is wrong with it because I can press on it and it'll stop, so I just turn up the radio. Otherwise, it's really about it of things that I really disliked about the truck, just as first impressions after 5 months. It's been a great truck. If you haven't driven one of these before, I highly recommend that you do so. The ecoboost will take you by surprise. So this is just a quick little dirty owner's review of my first 5 months. I really enjoy the truck. It's great. I love it. If you're in the market of buying a new vehicle, especially a truck, a full size, you know, you really want to go out and give this kind of a truck a ride and give it a test drive, because it's a good quality truck, you know, and that's all it's really to it. So I hope this helps for anyone that's been kind of looking around and seeing what people like and what they don't like about the truck. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to reply. Take care, guys.